What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and oh boy, we're going to talk about Elden Ring in this video. Now, I can sense the dislikes coming, just like I sense them in all these videos. Let's all just take a deep breath, right? Let's all focus here. But I do want to talk about it missing from the Game Awards and talking about what's going on with this game. So, and this is something that there was genuine credibility, it seemed like, too, okay? We talked about a week and a half ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, about the progress of this game. And it does seem very likely that this game is getting very close to being done. I believe that guy. I believe that leak, right? And basically, if you guys missed on that, is a guy who said that he knows a lot, and he's gotten things right, and he knows a lot of people that work in the gaming industry. That's how he gets his rumors. And he said that there were people that generally start working on games like at the very end of their development, and they're now working on different parts of Elden Ring. And one person in particular that he knows the specific job of is also working on it, and that to him signals, okay, this game is almost done. Now, a few days before the Game Awards happen, Jeff Grubb, who is one of the, I would say, one of the better gaming leakers. Now, like Jason Schreier is probably top tier, right? And there's other leakers throughout the gaming industry, but Jeff Grubb, especially over 2020, has become very, very reasonable. And when he says something, it's at least, I would say, recommended that you listen, because there is probably at least a little bit of truth in there. You know what I mean? He's not always right. In fact, he's gotten a couple things wrong. He's gotten some dates mixed up. He's gotten some announcements, off. But generally, he's pretty darn right. And a few days before the Game Awards came out, he said he was very optimistic about Elden Ring being there. And then the day of the Game Awards, he said that he was very pessimistic of it being there. So, we know from Jeff Keighley that there are examples of developers and games, specifically games, being pulled out. That some things are very, they may happen, they may not happen, and some of them get decided within 2 weeks, 2 weeks at the latest, before the Game Awards. So things 2 weeks before it can get pulled, things a week before it can get pulled, things a couple days before can get pulled, okay? That's what we know from Jeff Keighley. So I think the general thing with this, because I know the people that follow Elden Ring, number one, they tend to get mad at me. I don't necessarily know why. Maybe it's because I'm talking about a game that they're kind of upset about that hasn't got announced yet. But one thing I do know is, well, number one, you guys are very, very passionate. But number two is the game, I do think, is coming very, very soon. I really, really do believe that. And I think if we can take anything from this whole Game Award fiasco, is that it was actually pretty close. Like the fact that Jeff Grubb says 2 days before that he's optimistic, and then the day of he says he's pessimistic, means literally the game was gonna be shown. Like that, well, like the plan between Jeff Keighley and From Software probably was to show something, and then something happened within 2 days. I don't know how that happened. I really, I understand that does happen, because there's been examples even in the past couple years of that happening. But logistically though, I don't understand it. They couldn't, they were working on a trailer and they didn't have enough time, or it's oh man, if it was 2 days later, we could have given it to you, but we can't do it now. What exactly happened within 2 days that stops them from doing it? You know what I mean? That's always been a question I kind of have. Again, it does happen, so it's not like they make stuff up. It absolutely happens. I just don't understand how it happens. But again, I think if we can take anything from this, it's that the game is, well, obviously, we're not in a situation where the game isn't real, right? I think we're kind of in a situation where fans are the game's never coming out, or the game we don't know what's going on with the game, or people are just getting, I think, impatient with it, which is fine. By the way, I'm not saying don't be, or that you guys are wrong to be as mad, be as upset as you want. Obviously, don't cross any lines or threaten people and stuff like that. That's obviously taking it too far. But you can be. I'm fully accepting. I'm fully aware that people are very, very mad and upset about this. You have every right to be. You have every right to be. But I do think the game is very close. I think the fact of that leaker a few weeks ago talking about it being very close, and the fact that it seems like it was very likely to be at the Game Awards and it was pulled kind of last minute, obviously means they're willing to show something. I think in terms of the future, when we're going to see this thing next, I think it's very soon. And I know we can keep saying that, and I know that maybe it gets boring or it gets annoying, because then everybody says that and then it doesn't happen, and then we're left kind of just talking. I mean, I am, by the way, I'm not an insider. I don't know, this is just strictly speculation. This is strictly my opinion. I do think we'll get something relatively soon. If the game was pulled less than 2 days before the Game Awards, Awards, it means they were very close and very willing to show something. Now, I'm not saying we're going to get something before the end of this year. In fact, I actually would say maybe we won't. But I do think before the end of January, if I had to give my own personal prediction, I do think we would see the trailer for this game. Look, if the game is coming out in March, April, or May, like one of those kind of spring-ish months, you gotta show the game. I mean, I'm on board with you guys in terms of the annoyance there, right? You need to show us more of the game if the game is coming out when we and I know there was a lot of talk that maybe they weren't going to be able to pull it off, right? I mean, they've been nailing the every other year thing for several times they've pulled that off, but this seemed to be the first time that maybe they wouldn't, but I don't know, because there's a lot of things that suggest this game is basically almost done. So if it is almost done, I can't imagine it doesn't come out in 2021. And if it does come out in 2021, I don't know where the heck the trailer is. So I am on board with you guys there. But again, I think that we are relatively close. I think that it could have easily been at the Game Awards, which is actually a pretty cool thing. And now here we are, where I do think we're going to see it over the next, I would say maybe couple months, just to maybe give myself a little bit of being able to hide from you guys if I'm wrong, right? But again, this is all just purely speculation. So let me know, guys, in the comments below. What do you think? Why do you think maybe they pulled out of the Game Awards in the way that they did? When do you think we'll see it? When do you think it releases? Let me know in the comments below. As always, make sure you guys are subscribed to this channel. Hit the bell icon so you guys know when all these videos go up. If you want to follow me on any of my other social media stuff, I have a Twitch, I have a Discord, I have a second YouTube channel, and I also have a Twitter. All 4 of those things are in the description below if you guys want to check any of those out. Thank you all so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I hope to see you all on the next video.